So much, Eric. We have breaking news right now. A new era in cyber warfare is here. Security experts accusing China of breaching the computers of the federal government and stealing the personal information of up to 4 million federal workers. It is being described as one of the largest thefts of government data ever. The hack now directly tied to the massive data breaches on two of America's biggest healthcare providers, Anthem and Premera Healthcare, and personal data of about 90 million customers was exposed in those hacks. This attack appears different from others. Cybersecurity experts say they believe someone is trying to create a database of information on millions of Americans. But the real fear here is what happens next in the cyber battleground. Are we closer to cyber murder than ever before? And can our government even protect us? That is all straight ahead. As Wall Street enters the last hour of trading for the week, the countdown starts right now. Sophisticated and undetected for months, hackers getting their hands on the personal information of 4 million federal employees, and officials say there could be millions more. Investigators are pointing the finger at China, but the White House is holding back on officially naming the country responsible. Instead, spokesman Josh Earnest is calling out Congress for dropping the ball.
We need the United States Congress to come out of the dark ages and actually join us here in the 21st century to make sure that we have the kinds of defenses that are necessary to protect a modern computer system. And we have not seen that kind of action in Congress.
Well, there you go. All right, with us now, two cybersecurity experts on the front lines. David Kennedy is the CEO of Trusted Sec, and Ryan Wager, a global threat defense strategist. He is a global threat defense strategist with vArmor. Thanks to both of you guys for joining us. David, who do you think is at fault?
Well, I mean, you know, it's interesting. I testified in front of Congress a year and a half ago explaining how behind we were in the federal government around protecting our systems. And we've all seen indicators. The security industry has been talking about how bad our security is around the federal government and around corporations for a number of years. So I think the federal government is so far behind the times right now that this doesn't surprise me in any capacity. In fact, there's probably been a number of other ones that haven't been made public or they don't even know about, and a lot more to come.
So, Ryan, why are we so far behind? I mean, is it just the fact of having a bureaucracy, or is it because crime pays?
I think that we're just seeing that the technology the attackers are using are evolving much faster than the adoption of the technologies, and especially in things like the government sector. These technologies are not being put in place in the right places. The perimeter is starting to dissolve, and we're kind of seeing the government especially starting to scramble to catch up.
But, David, this is different, right? I mean, I think our people in our audience probably feel like you hear about cyber attacks every day, but we're making a really big deal out of this one because it's suspected to be another country. They're trying to gather government data, and it also seems like they're trying to build a database. I mean, does this make it different and scarier?
Well, it's really hard to track exactly where it's coming from because the internet's such a complicated environment. But, you know, what I will say is that, you know, there have been concerted efforts of attacks of gathering a lot of information on DoD-specific personnel, of government contractors, of people that have clearances, key areas of intelligence gathering that, you know, are now online that different countries and people have access to. That's very problematic because they're building these massive dossiers and databases on individual personnel for intelligence purposes. And, you know, it's not just China, it's Iran, it's, you know, North Korea, it's, you know, Russia, it's everybody, including the United States and EU. So you know, it's a massive intelligence campaign right now.
Ryan, I understand that you've hired white hat hackers, that's hard to say, in Taiwan in order to get the jump on China because China sort of tests things out there first. Is that what the government should be doing?
I think that the government needs to be employing all facets of this defense, not only just updating technology, but also people and personnel to be able to utilize this information we're finding against the attackers and also as a method to be able to build the strategies to be able to defend against them.
Yeah. All right. Gentlemen, scary stuff. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Melissa. Appreciate it.